Today we're going to talk about GobbleGums, more specifically how many I've accrued in my over 250 hours of in-game playtime. I recently posted a video talking about how I reached Master Prestige and have been playing a ton of Black Ops 6 Zombies, and in the comments some of you asked to see my GobbleGum stash. So I figured we'd make a video showcasing how many of each type of GobbleGums I've gotten so far, and open up a general discussion about GobbleGums overall. Have you guys been using them? Which ones are your favorite? Because I largely think I've underutilized GobbleGums in Black Ops 6 as compared to Black Ops 3, where I felt like they were so crucial. So let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, and if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Black Ops 6 Zombies videos coming very soon. We are just a couple days away from Citadel Day More, the new Zombies map releasing, and we're going to be covering it extensively here on the channel. I feel like this is a surefire sign that I'm not using enough GobbleGums to the point where I don't even have any custom packs created. But let's go ahead and edit our first pack, and right away we're going to get into the rare GobbleGums, which by far are the most amount of GobbleGums that I have. We'll just go down the line. I have 68 stock options, 33 killjoys, 63 anywhere but here's, 62 cashbacks, 68 temporal gifts, 65 arsenal accelerators, and 53 shield ups. Right away you can tell there's a discrepancy here between the killjoy and shield up GobbleGums, that there are far fewer of those than anything else, and that is largely because when I was grinding Dark Ops calling card challenges and other challenges, these were the two GobbleGums I would use the most. Specifically for killjoys, there's the slow burn calling card challenge, which requires you to kill manglers while an insta-kill power-up is active, and I spent a lot of time rolling for this GobbleGum specifically, but it also makes other challenges easier as well. Realistically, out of this pack, I feel like anywhere but here, cashback and temporal gift probably give you the most value, but the main problem that I have with anywhere but here is it takes a super long time to activate, so it's not as good in clutch situations as other options. Plus with cashback, I usually just use the hidden power up available on the map to get a max ammo when I need one, so I pretty much never use the rare GobbleGums in casual play. Moving on to the epic GobbleGums, I've got 46 Who's Keeping Score, 44 Free Fire, 40 Nowhere But There, 37 Soda Fountain, 38 Profit Sharing, 48 Respin Cycle, and 32 Exit Strategies. Before we continue, I should point out that almost all of my gameplay has been solo up to this point. I've only played co-op a few different times, so that has definitely made an impact on which GobbleGums I use, because when I do play co-op, I actually use GobbleGums more often in opportunities where I can res teammates or help out the team get more points. But hovering around that 40 on average for the epic category is pretty awesome, because there's some really good GobbleGums here. If you play co-op, Nowhere But There is essential. It is so nice to be able to just teleport across the map to instantly res your teammates. You also have things like profit sharing and double points. Personally, I think Free Fire might be one of the most broken GobbleGums in the game. For those of you who haven't seen the Terminus clip where they kill the boss in like 4 seconds with the Sigma rocket launcher in Free Fire, it is absolutely nuts, and there are a lot of possibilities with weapons that make this GobbleGum crazy. Personally, for Respin Cycle, I don't really use the mystery box all that often, especially because we can build the wonder weapons, and that's actually a general complaint that I've kind of seen in the comment section over the last couple of weeks, is that there's really not that much incentive to hit the mystery box anymore in Zombies, and I'm really curious to see what you guys think about that as well. And then Exit Strategy, I feel like this could be super useful. I am someone that likes to exfil a lot. I've seen a lot of people say in the live streams that why do you exfil? What's the purpose? And not understanding that you get a little bit of bonus XP when you do manage to exfil successfully. And this just makes exfilling easier. Now, granted, most people that exfil are probably just gonna use a chopper gunner, mutant injector, or something else to just kill all the zombies anyway. But if you're like on a high round or playing with friends and you guys struggle to exfil, this could be a really good GobbleGum. I just personally, again, never use it. And now we're on to the legendaries. As you can see, the more rare the GobbleGum, the less of them that I have, and I think that is obviously a direct correlation to how often you get them as a reward from playing zombies. Personally, I don't claim to understand how you get GobbleGums in this game. It seems like it's time-based and XP-based. There's a lot of really great videos on YouTube out there that try to explain the mechanics behind how you earn GobbleGums and how to get them faster. I just know that I've put in a lot of hours playing the video game, so I have a lot of GobbleGums. I can't offer any advice as to how to speed up the acquisition of gums, but I have even had a perkaholic pop on round 3 before, which we'll get into here when we get to the ultras. So for legendary, we have 20 idolize, 18 wall power, 21 phoenix up, 29 crate power, 18 on the house, 18 wall-to-wall clearance, and 20 immolation liquidation. Once again, the big issue with not using the mystery box very often is I'm not using crate power or immolation liquidation very often. I do think there is something to say with wall-to-wall clearance and wall power, especially if you combine the two GobbleGums. Black Ops 6 obviously introduced a new feature where we can stockpile up to 3 guns at a time, so there are some really cool synergies between GobbleGums. With wall power and wall-to-wall clearance, you can basically get a tier 1 pack-a-punch weapon off the wall for 10 essence, which is kind of crazy. On the house is nice if you're ever just looking for a free perk, but at most it's going to save you 6,000 essence if you were going to get that 8th perk without paying for it. So in the legendary tier, I think without a doubt, Idolize and Phoenix Up are the 2 best options and are GobbleGums that I really want to hold on to use in future Easter egg runs and co-op runs. Phoenix Up obviously is able to resurrect all of your teammates and they keep all of their perks. So if you're the last clutch survivor on a boss fight and all your teammates are down, it is a super awesome GobbleGum to have in your back pocket. And Idolize is basically Ether Shroud, except every zombie, boss, everything ignores you for 30 seconds. I have used this one a few times in the Terminus boss fight just because it's nice if you get overwhelmed by all the zombies to be able to have a quiet corner to re-put on armor plates and shoot the boss and deal some damage. But I think it's pretty obvious why zombies not attacking you for 30 seconds is a very good tool to have. And now we move on to the cream of the crop, the best GobbleGums in the game, the Ultra category. And it is pretty depressing when comparing the other amounts of GobbleGums that I have because we're rocking the single digits for some of these. Perkaholic, we have 4. Near-death experience, we have 3. Hidden power, we have 11. Wonder bar, we have 7. And raindrops, we have 13. I'll go on the record and say that 4 Perkaholics is actually probably more Perkaholics than most people have. These seem to drop incredibly rarely. I very seldomly get Perkaholic, but when I do, it is always this rush of dopamine to my brain because this is just one of the best GobbleGums in the game. Whether you're doing a early round boss fight, whether you're keeping this on you in case you go down and want to pop all your perks in the late game, it is just super useful to have. And it's just iconic. When you think of GobbleGums, Perkaholic's the one you're thinking about. Near-death experience got pretty significantly nerfed between Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 6. Now it doesn't last for 3 rounds and only lasts for 3 minutes or 5 revives. That being said, in a boss arena, in a boss context, this GobbleGum can be super useful to be able to revive teammates without actually have to physically hover over their body and interact with them. I'll go ahead and say it. I think Hidden Power is probably the best GobbleGum in the game. Even though there are Easter eggs that can reward you with legendary ether tools, the amount of salvage that you have to grind in order to upgrade a weapon from its base level all the way up to legendary is absurd. It's so much salvage, and if you're able to get this GobbleGum early in a game and get your starting loadout weapon to legendary, it's an amazing advantage to have, especially if you're going to be, you know, not going into the particularly late rounds and you just want to have a good weapon for an early boss fight. Wonder Bar, I hate Wonder Bar, and you might be thinking to yourself, why? It's obviously an amazing GobbleGum on paper to be able to just instantly grab a wonder weapon out of the box, but so often I'm trying to get the wonder weapon that's not the ray gun, and this one gives me the ray gun. Now, I love the ray gun. It's still one of the best weapons in zombies, especially for high rounding, but more often than not, if I'm using this, it's because I want to get the map specific wonder weapon early without having to build it, and 9 times out of 10 I feel like it's the ray gun. I just feel like I'm getting scammed, but obviously this is an amazing GobbleGum to have, and I'm really excited that we have a good stockpile of them for when Citadel and more comes out in a couple days, so we can get the new wonder weapon on that map as often as possible. And then we've got raindrops, which once again was nerfed from Black Ops 3. We only get 1 activation, but it is such a good GobbleGum. I mean, every power up, right? You can combo the double points with the bonus points, you can refill on ammo, you get a free perk out of it, which is amazing. It's, I mean, self-explanatory. I probably don't have to say a whole lot here, but this one is great. Now, that being said, unless I'm playing co-op, I very rarely use any of these GobbleGums, but they are great to have. And I'm sure none of you guys are probably surprised about this, or maybe you are if you don't know how these work. But for my Whimsical stash, I have 60 Newtonian Negation and 84 Indigestion. These are obviously purely cosmetic GobbleGums. They're really just here for fun, to get a quick laugh, right? I don't ever really use them. They were funny when the game first came out. I definitely tried each of them and had a laugh on stream, but your space in your GobbleGum pack is pretty invaluable, and I can't imagine a scenario now that I have all the GobbleGums that I have where I'm going to slot these into my pack of 5. Now, if you guys are looking at this and you're like, how in the world do you have so many Whimsicals? I think these are directly related to your exfil rate. I don't know if there's a round number where like you have to exfil past round 25 or something like that, but I think you have to successfully exfil in order to earn Whimsical GobbleGums. And I know a lot of people that I've interacted with online say that they aren't exfilling and that they just play until they die, just like classic zombies. So if you're trying to farm these, then definitely I would recommend exfilling. But again, I can't imagine there's too many of you guys out there who are using this. So overall, I took a calculator and I added up how many GobbleGums I have in my stash, and it comes out to 1,023 GobbleGums total. I'm really curious to see if this is more or less than you guys would expect, with again over 250 hours of in-game time, as well as if any of you guys maybe miss like the essence, like crafting GobbleGums from Black Ops 3 and getting them randomly. Personally, I prefer this system. I think it's awesome to just get random GobbleGums from playing the game. Also, I should mention that at the time of recording this, the second double GobbleGums event just ended, the double XP event, and being able to play on the weekends when they're running these events is a great way to fill your stash as well. So definitely love that they're doing that. I think personally, I've definitely suffered from too good to use syndrome when it comes to GobbleGums in Black Ops 6, and I'm going to start working these into my casual play more, because there's no reason to hoard them if you're never going to use them. And I am also really excited to see which new GobbleGums we get in the update coming this week on December 5th. If you guys want to stay up to date with everything that is Black Ops 6 Zombies, please do subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. It takes 1 second to do and goes a long way to supporting me here on the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.